chat. Today we're really happy to have a talk with Jenny. Thanks for being here, Jenny.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Tell us a bit more. What is your project about? What are you doing here in Bali and who is involved?
Okay, so my name is Jenny and I'm from Ocean Sunfish Research. I've been involved in this project now since 2014. I run the Sunfish Photo Identification Catalogue. So that's basically where we collect photographs of sunfish and we compare photos of the sunfish and looking at to see if we can get a match. So identifying individual fish by looking at the patterns on their sides, on their skin. So in the same way, like you have manta rays, that you can look at their bellies and they have certain patterns, and those will be like a fingerprint. So they will show you like an individual. And yeah, sunfish are the same. Just unfortunately, sunfish have two sides. So the patterns are not the same on both sides. So we have actually two catalogues, one for the left sides of the fish and one for the right sides of the fish, and then we can compare those. So that's what I do, and that's a citizen science project. So that's great because we can get photos from people, send them in who've been diving here and also around the world as well. But the project itself started a year before, back in 2013, by a marine biologist called Mayana, who is based now in New Zealand. And she was living over in New Zealand as part of her PhD research. And one of the things that she did was start this photo ID catalog. And then I got involved.
So, what brought you to Bali? Why you came here?
Well, I'm a diving instructor, so I came here because I had a job, and I had heard about Bali and the sunfish. Bali is famous for the sunfish. It's known around the world for its sunfish season, and there's a huge tourism industry that's based around them. So that's why I ended up here. But what was surprising to me was, and I was so excited to come here and see them for the first time and learn about them. But yeah, I was quite surprised at really how little information there was, like real concrete information. And there's amazing anecdotes, people have some amazing stories, but to have real evidence-based information, that was really lack. And so that's why when I met Mayana, I was like, it was really cool. So so I was really happy to have met her, and we brought her over to do a presentation. And ever since then, we've worked together and been involved with the citizen science part of the project.
So, can you tell us a bit more about the sunfish?
Yeah, okay. The sunfish, there's lots of things to say about the sunfish. They have quite a few claims to fame. One of them is that they are the heaviest bony fish in the world, so they can weigh up to 2 tons. Ones that we see here in Bali, they're not that big, so they're just not, they're more like the teenagers, so they're kind of, sometimes we see them around about 2 meters, something like that, which is, nice. Still, especially when you're underwater and everything is magnified, right? So it's still huge, but they can get bigger than here.
Wow. So when I had a look at the website, I saw that you love to collect facts about sunfish. It's super interesting, so I wonder, what's your favorite fact about them?
There's a lot, but I think my favourites are the ones that are a bit unexpected or opposite to what people might think. So people often think that sunfish are really kind of slow and they kind of look weird, so you think that they wouldn't be able to move very fast, but actually they can swim really fast. They can generate a lot of speed. So when they're kind of ambling along, they kind of can sometimes move their fins any which way, but when they want to go fast, they kind of do them at the same. It's basically like flapping like a bird's wing, so they generate a lot of thrust and enough to actually launch themselves out of the water. So sunfish can breach, which is, that's very exciting.
Smola alexandrini the only species that we can see here in Bali?
It's the one that we see the most, and that was another really surprising and exciting thing that we found from the photo ID catalogue was we was actually sent in. We have now 2 photos from different people and from different times of a second species. It's called Masturus lanceolatus. It's a sharp-tailed sunfish, so you can see very easy to tell the difference just by looking at the shape, because they literally have a point in the middle of their tail. And we had never known that this sunfish was in the Bali waters. And we had all the other fish that we get sent in that people see are all monoalexandrines. So it was really, it's really exciting to see that. It's very rare. Those people were super lucky, but yeah, it seems like there isn't just one anymore.
Cool.
Yeah.
Has there been any challenges you came across since you did the research?
Yeah, for the photo ID, there's a lot of challenges. I mean, especially because, you know, there's, like I said, there's no software, so obviously it takes a lot of time. Yeah, getting enough, like, you know, the more photos we have, the better. So, of course, it's always great to have people send photos into us when they have them, including the data. You know, and one of the things also that we found from the photo ID is noticing that actually the sunfish are able to change the contrast of their skin. So if you have a very, very low contrasted fish and then a very sort of like kind of blurry photo with lots of, you know, then it's quite difficult to really pick out those skin patterns. So it makes it more challenging for sure to look at. But yeah, I mean, it's difficult with taking photos of sunfish. They're often quite deep. You know, there's low light down there, and of course, you know, there's lots of things like, you know, the sun coming through, which can create shadows, and the sunfish are coming to be cleaned on the reefs, and we don't want to just disturb their cleaning and like kind of waft all the cleaner fish off them. You know, it's really important for them to get cleaned. You know, they're generally an open ocean fish, so they don't have so much chance to get cleaned really well like they do on a reef system. And they're completely covered in parasites too, so it's really important for them, for their health, to have that opportunity to have a really good clean. So we don't want to, at all, to encourage people to kind of try to clear the way to have a look at the skin patterns. But the good thing about sunfish is that when they are being cleaned, they really love it, you know, so they really just kind of lean back and hang out and be totally kind of like in a trance. So they can, as long as you don't disturb them, as long as you don't disturb the cleaner fish too, then they'll stay there for ages. So photo opportunities are, you know, then increase if they're there for a long time. And also, not forgetting that if you have a good quality photo, like a high-D photo of different sections of the fish, say there's like lots of cleaner fish at the top, and you can get like see the bottom half, and then vice versa. I can put those pieces together, you know, put the puzzle together and still see the pattern. So yeah.
So you already mentioned the photo identification catalog.
Yeah.
So can you explain a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So this is actually the first of its kind. So there are many photo identification catalogues, but this is the first one that has been done for sunfish. So it's the only one out there at the moment. So we have quite a lot of photos now after all these years, and so we have lots of different photographs of different fish from mostly in Bali, obviously, and then some in Indonesia and other places around the world. And yeah, we collect those photos along with also data sets that go with the photos, which is important for us to know whether it's a resighting or not, obviously. Yeah, so that's what we do to compare, and then we see if we can get matches, and we do that manually. So obviously, you know, because it's a pilot project, you know, this has not been done before for some fish, so we're learning as we go along. And at the moment, there is no software that seems to work with sunfish patterns. So unfortunately, it takes then a lot more time because you have to sit there, you know, one photo and the next photo and just go through and just look really carefully at the patterns, which is also why, you know, it's really, really helpful to have clear photos.
Wow, seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, it takes time.
Have there been any surprises so far?
Yeah, there's a lot of surprises, and the surprises started right at the beginning. So when Mariana, before I became involved in the project back in 2013, when Mariana started this, everyone around Bali and beyond would call it mola mola. So the sunfish that they knew that was in Bali was mola mola. Like we still call it mola mola, yeah, because people are used to it and it has a nice ring to it. But when Mariana started the photo ID project back then, and then she was looking at the morphology of the fish, so really just looking at the shape of it, she noticed that there's something kind of doesn't seem to match. And then later she was able to confirm that the fish that we have in Bali are not actually mola mola. They're a species called Mola alexandrini. That was the first really interesting and surprising fact.
What makes a good ID shot?
Well, the perfect shot is if we have, because it's on the side of the fish, so having a perfectly side-on view. So like trying to have like the least angle as possible. So perfectly side-on, high definition, and also with as few obstructions as possible. So with not having shadow, not having the glare from the sun coming through. And if you can get both sides, that's the best, yeah. But that's basically it. I mean, it's pretty much just making sure that it's clear and making sure that it's nice and straight. That's really perfect, and there's not anything obstructing the view of the sides.
Is there any other data which is helpful?
The data that we ask for the date that you saw that fish, the time that you saw it, the coldest temperature of that dive, and the depth, the approximate depth that the sunfish was at when you saw it, when you took the picture, and also the dive site. Did I say that already? No. Yeah, the dive site, of course, is very important. And of course, any additional behaviour is also really interesting for us to know. Any notes about what they were doing at the time is super interesting. But yeah, please send them in, and from whenever as well. So it can be from 10 years ago, it's no problem.
Okay. So let's say I have a perfect ID shot.
Excellent.
How can I send it to you?
So you can go to our website. So we have oceansunfishresearch.org, and on there we have a form called Match My Mola. And if you go to the Match My Mola form, you will see that there's a button that you can upload footage and photos. So videos also, we love video as well. So you can send those in, and below that section there will also be areas where you can fill in the data. But it's not like every single one is compulsory, and your photo won't send if you don't fill in every single field. It's just as much as you can. Of course, having the date and the dive site it's really kind of minimum. Having the time is also really good for us as well. And of course, if we have the depth and we have the temperature, then that is ideal. That's great. But otherwise, just whatever information you can give us, as much as you can. As long as it's just accurate, that's the main thing. Like, don't make it up and be like, oh, I think it was, and then just. But yeah, as much as you can, and there's also a space for you to write a message. So if you have some like additional info and stuff, that would be great too.
Is your project funded in any way?
Well, we're not funded. I mean, Mariana and I, we run it ourselves, so we don't have outside funding at the moment.
Okay. So if people really love what you're doing and they want to support your project, is there any way they can send you a donation?
Well, that would be amazing. Actually, we do have a PayPal account. It's under Ocean Sunfish Research. So yeah, if anyone wanted to donate, that would be really great.
Thank you so much for being here today and talking to me about sunfish. We will link the website down below, and there you can find some more fun facts. You can find the Match My Mola, and there's also a link for donations. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.